This is the Inkpulp podcast. This is the Inkpulp podcast. Comics, hip hop, life. Welcome to the Inkpulp podcast. I'm your host, Shawn. Today's episode is another sample from my Inkpulp Instruction courses, which is an online business I have where I am teaching anyone and everyone the art of comic book art. And not me alone, but I have guests from the comic book industry, some of the most amazing professionals out there. One of which is Jeff Dekal. And today's sample is from his episode 5, I believe, where we cover his black and white technique for creating art. We went down to Miami and shot this one. It was a great shoot. It's a great episode. Check it out. And then head to inkpulpinstruction.com. The link is right down in the description below. And click on the link and it'll take you right to the site where all these episodes are. And what I want you to do is sign up for my newsletter. By submitting your email on my website, you'll get a free lesson, which is awesome. But you also get my newsletter. And the reason I'm asking this of you is because we are heading into the holiday season, and I've got some really exciting stuff with Inkpulp Instruction coming in the holiday season. And then we're heading into 2022, and Inkpulp Instruction is going to explode in 2022. I've got plans. We're going to offer subscriptions. We're going to offer the Inkpulp Instruction community, which you'll learn more about if you sign up for my newsletter, and lots of exciting stuff coming. So please click the link and check that out. And please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of Inkpulp Instruction or of this particular episode. And go get yourself an episode. By the time this comes out, we've got 7 of them out. Next year, I'm releasing 20 more episodes. So we're really ramping up the schedule. I'm excited about this. I hope you are too. Always feel free to email me. And if you leave a comment, I always respond. So thanks for checking it out. See you next time. Peace. Did you ever have the paper towel end up too dry and then the paper wrinkles up?
No.
When you push on it?
No. Sometimes the paper towel, fucks up. Man, this was funny. Like when we do conventions, right? When I'm gonna do this part of the piece, I'll go, if I'm working on a commission at my table at the convention. If I need, I'll go to the bathroom to get the paper towel, right? Mm-hmm. So every bathroom in every convention center in every city has different paper towels.
Right.
So it's almost like a different brush every time because the paper towel's a little different. So it makes a different swipe. It makes a different smear. So some paper towels I don't like at all. I'm like, shit, But then some paper towels are like amazing.
Do you ever at home mess with having different types of paper towels?
I don't, but I just thought of that as I'm telling you this, that maybe I should buy a bunch of different brands and find a good one. But no, I just, whatever I have, I try not to think, I don't think about it that much. So that looks all right for now. I know I'm going to go do more stuff in here later, but for now it's fine. I'm just going to continue, on with the hair. And I'm gonna make her band just kind of disappear into the hair.
Okay. eliminating the edge between the two.
So that's what I think I want right now, but later if I decide I do want a little highlight or something there, I could always put it back.
And what would you do that with? Gouache?
Gouache or the white? The white.
Oh, okay.
The white one, I mean, it depends on what you're doing, but it's not gonna, if you make a white mark over the black, depending on how much pigment and paste is on it, kind of will determine how strong the white is. So if I need like a really strong white, I'll use gouache. If I just need to get by, I could.
Okay. Yeah. What we didn't talk about? What type of paper do you like to use for this?
So that's important. So you put me on to this book a few years ago called "Breaking the Rules of Watercolor."
Right. Bert Silverman.
So okay. So when he started talking about plate Bristol paper,
right,
that got me really interested. So I sought that out and I use that basically exclusively now. So this is like a 2-ply plate Bristol paper.
Do you buy it in sheets?
I buy it in a pad. You can get the 4-ply in the really big sheets.
Right.
But there's something about that. It's a little different.
It has a little tooth to it, I found.
And it absorbs the material like a little bit too much. It absorbs the wet media a little bit too much. I don't know. But I just stick to
Is this this is Strathmore plate Bristol?
I think so.
Do you know if it's the 300, 400, or 500 series?
I don't know, but there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex on the...
That's the 500.
Yeah.
See, I know my shit. Yeah, that's important, because I was going to say, if you try this with the 300, you're like the yellow cover Bristol that Strathmore makes. That's not really even Bristol.
Okay, so I'm going to go into some anatomy now. I thought I was going to just start mushing around with the hair, but my little path of how I was drawing just kind of took me into her arm.
Okay.
So,
And the direction of the marks are following the anatomical form.
Yes. That's important here. Because I don't want this to be flat. I want form here. Sometimes I want flat, but not now. And I do this a lot, so now I'm like, with the right amount of pressure, I'm trying to like get the same value with the color pencil as I had with the swipe of the wax. Okay. I'm trying to just like transition that really seamless.
Okay. But unlike the wax, the strokes, the marks are seen in the color pencil.
Yeah. So this is all going to be black. And I want the transition from the shadow area under her pec into the light. That's going to be like a swipe.
Okay.
So I know that. So I'm going to go.
So that'll soften the shadow's edge.
Right. So I have my my pencil blueprint there. I know where the transition is going to be. So I'm going to put the blacks just below the transition.
Right.
So when it does transition, it just happens right where I want it to.
So you're paying very close attention to where your hard edges and where your soft edges are. Yeah. That's a big component of painting.
Yeah. Yeah, and then all this is going to be black.
Kind of like how that mark making looks. Do you ever like hit some really organic marks with the crayon and just decide to leave them and not soften them out with the water?
Yeah, like this stroke in
Right.
the air, I think I'm just going to leave that like
Okay.
that.
I'd imagine you had a lot of fun getting to know this tool and the technique over a long period of time.
Fun and frustration.
Frustration. Yeah.
So again, I don't want this edge, or at least for now, I don't think I want it. So bam, I'm just gonna fuck that edge, man. You know, get rid of it.
Okay.
Because it's gonna go right into the hair.
I see. I see.
Same thing here. This is all just gonna go right. It's just gonna blend right away. But I'm gonna be careful because now we're gonna come out of the blacks and we're gonna transition into anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
So now fun is over, back to work, you know. Again, so like when you
Right.
get into the anatomy, you got to be diligent. When you get into the mushing around, you can have fun, you know. And again, I'm controlling the pressure sensitivity. I know how hard to push to get the value I want. You want to keep your values in mind. These are all fundamentals that you get from just drawing for so long, doing all your studies, all the stuff that, you know, that anybody, you know, should do.
Do you even have to think about anymore the hierarchy of the design, of the values in your design?
Again, it's something that I think about as I go. Like one mark dictates the next mark.
Right. But
So-
I'm guessing your experience allows you to be more intuitive that way.
I don't like measure anything. I don't.
And you're not spending a lot of time planning, like, this is where my blackest black and whitest white will be, versus over here will be, the contrast will be lower to keep your focus over here.
Yeah, man. We've been doing this for a while, so I know. And I also have the reference up, so I'm, keep
Right.
referring to the reference and.
Will you manipulate the values in the reference to make your
Yes, I do.
compositions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
This is the Inkpulp podcast. This is the Inkpulp podcast. Comics, hip hop, life.